5 powerful principles that you need to know to make prophecies come to pass very easily in your life. Have you received the word of the Lord from anyone, from your pastor, from your spiritual father, from your mentor, from the Lord himself, and you are not seeing results in that line yet? Then this video is for you. Do well to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a like. Now, one of the very first things that you need to know in making prophecies come to pass in your life is that you must judge God faithful. You must judge the one that gave you the prophecy. You must judge that God faithful. Now, according to Hebrews 11:11, the scripture said that Sarah found strength, or Sarah received strength, because she judged God faithful. She judged the God who had promised her a child, the God who told her that according to the time of life, the next year you will receive a child. Even though she laughed at the time, after that time she sat down, thought on the matter, and judged God faithful on that matter. So because of her judgment of God, it shifted her perspective of God, and she received strength to push through that season. So whatever the Lord has said to you in any area of your life, whether your finances, your ministry, your workplace, you must judge him faithful at all times. Now, the second thing that you need to know to make prophecies come to pass in your life is found in Hebrews 2:1. The scripture says that the things that we have received, we should take heed of them, lest at any time they slip us by. So it means that everything that the Lord has told you, you must take it, you must document, you must make sure that you write them down. The scripture says in Habakkuk that make the visions plain. Write it down so that those that want to run will run with it. So it is very important that even you as an individual, the things that God has told you, the things that God has revealed unto you by any means concerning your future, you must have a way of writing them down. You must have a way of penning them down so that you do not forget, because if you forget them, the probability of it coming to pass is getting reduced. The number 3 thing that you need to pay attention to is found in 1 Timothy 1:18. Paul was talking to his son Timothy. He said that according to the prophecies that had gone ahead of you, that by them you should war a good warfare. Meaning that the things that God has revealed unto you by anyone, the reasons for which he revealed them early is so that you can enforce them in prayer. Is so that you can give directions to your prayers, so that you will not fight as one that is beating the air, but you will fight accurately, knowing the things to pray for per time. If this video has blessed you thus far, do well to subscribe now if you have not, and I would love you to comment in the comment section what has stood out for you in this video. The fourth thing that you need to pay attention to is that you need to give in that direction. You need to give in the direction at which you are trusting God for prophecies to come to pass. Now, when we talk about giving, people think that giving is solely about monetary things. That is not true. Elisha, we saw in the life of Elisha and Elijah, Elisha gave his effort to serve Elijah. So the scripture mentioned that Elisha was one that poured water on the head of Elijah, signifying that Elisha served Elijah. So Elisha gave his time to serve Elijah. So we can find this principle in Proverbs 18:16, that the scripture says that the gift of a man makes way for him and brings him before great men. So the things that the Lord has promised you and Lord has prophesied to you about, you need to find someone that has accomplished it. You need to find someone that has made headways in that path and sow to that person. You can sow your time, you can sow your money, you can sow anything that is valuable to you. And watch how the Lord will make prophecies come to pass speedily in your life. And lastly, the 5th principle that you need to pay attention to is that the scripture says that be not slothful, but be ye followers of them who through faith and patience of inherited the promise. Now you need to know that in all of these things that you are doing, you are worrying with the world, you you are holding the word fast, you have judged God faithful, you are giving in that direction, you must be patient. The Bible makes us to understand that the righteous does not make haste in the things that you are doing. Either you are doing the will of the Lord or you are doing anything else. Haste is not one of the characters that should be found in the believer. You must know how to be patient with God. Either God has told you that I will do this in your life, you must be patient. Haste or lack of patience was one of the reasons why the kingdom was taken away from Saul. Samuel told him, wait 7 days. Saul waited for 7 days, and a few more hours of waiting would have saved him his kingdom. But because of haste, he lost the kingdom and lost integrity, lost everything that he had been building for years. So my advice to you believers is that you do not make haste. The scriptures is clear. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. But remember that his thoughts towards us are good and not of evil, to bring us to an expected end. So do well to remember the 5 things we talked about. Judge God faithful, hold the word fast, war with the words, give in that direction, and be patient with prophetic words. Do these things and watch how fast prophecies will come to pass in your life. Also, if there is any part that stood out to you in this video, or anything that you learned in this video, or you have any question in this direction, do well to drop it in the comments. I would be glad to read your beautiful comments and answer them as much as I can. God bless you.